Greetings, sports fans nationwide. You have entered the Sports Opinion Log here on Lex Anderson World, and I have to talk about it. It must be discussed. The Yankees are in a state of emergency as Bo Bichette hits an opposite field walk-off home run. Final score, Toronto Blue Jays 5, New York Yankees 4. And earlier today, in my actual life, being the top 1% to being the people's sportscaster, a Mets fan approached me. I call him Mr. Met, and he wanted to pull me to the side to tell me how much my and your New York Yankees suck. You know, Met fans love dissecting Yankee games because Yankee fans don't really give a fuck about a goddamn Mets fan or the organization or the team or the fan base. And I listened to what he had to say. Suffering this loss in which they lost another series, the Yankees are 5-7 and dead last in the AL East. Meanwhile, the racist Boston Red Sox, who I had laughed at for starting 0-3 in Fenway, they are in first place. They are 9-3. 6-0 on the road, 3-3 at home. The Yankees on a 6-game road trip have fallen to 2-4. And what makes this loss even more disheartening and damning, despite the 2 home runs by Aaron Judge, again, Bo Bichette for the Toronto Blue Jays also hit 2 home runs. The second one off Chad Green, and he pretty much just walked it off. You see, Vlad Guerrero Jr., right, the son of the legendary Vladimir Guerrero, he's hitting .390. And the Yankees, oh God, they're just awful. Aaron Hicks, awful. Gary Sanchez, awful. And then as I was looking through the box score, what did I see? Brett Gardner is playing. Why is Brett Gardner in the lineup? I thought Clint Frazier is supposed to be in the lineup. But once again, they're jerking him around. And the absolute truth is that outside of Garrett Cole, the Yankees don't have any goddamn pitching. I don't care about them having Corey Kubler. After him, who else do the Yankees have? What? I mean, like, is the bullpen supposed to carry us through the regular season? That is impossible. I find it damning and hard to believe that you would spend over $300 million on one man, but yet the starting rotation is trash. Domingo Germán, he got optioned for his regular season struggles, even though he had a dominant pre-spring training, which doesn't really mean shit. It has no validity in the regular season. This is how bad the Yankees are outside of Garrett Cole. Outside of Yankee ace Garrett Cole, who is 2-0 in his 3 starts, everybody else a combined record of 1-4 and have allowed 28 runs and 48 hits over 36 2/3 innings in 9 outings. And we just had recently lost to the Tampa Bay Rays. And again, what makes the loss to the Blue Jays even worse is that the Toronto Blue Jays are displaced. They're not even playing in Canada. They're playing down in Florida. I thought they were going to return back to Buffalo, but that's a possibility later in the season. So you would think that Toronto, the Blue Jays, would be suffering getting adjusted to playing outside of their city, outside of their country, but they're handling their business. They're 6-6. But it is the Toronto Blue Jays who are sitting 6-6. And a lot of those victories have come off the backs of my and your New York Yankees. At this stage of the game, when it comes to the Yankees and the regular season, I really couldn't care less. The only thing that I get up and alarmed for is 1, losing streaks that go past 4 to 5 games, or when we face the hated, racist Boston Red Sox. That's the only thing that's going to get me out of bed, or unless something historic happens and I have to note it in the annals of sports history. 5-7, I don't care. I'm not going to panic. But it is true. The rotation outside of Garrett Cole, talk about being a one-man army, is pathetic. The relievers cannot perform like this the course of an entire MLB season, and you can't expect them to have something for the postseason, for the playoffs, when the bright lights are activated and the national stage is set. And the hitting has to get better. Aaron Hicks is looking like a waste of $70 million if I've ever seen it. But usually when it comes to hitters and wasting hundreds and millions of dollars, that is the forte of GM Brian Cashman. And it's very unfortunate. But, if I'm going to be here for the wins, I have to be here for the losses. And I was overdue for this video. As I was watching the Philadelphia 76ers hand the Brooklyn Nets a loss earlier this evening. Final score 123 to 117. But however, this was a game in which, towards the end of the game, the Philly fans were saying KD sucks. And KD does suck. Not only does Kevin Durant suck, he didn't play. LaMarcus Aldridge didn't play. Harden didn't play. Blake Griffin didn't play. The Nets are going to be one of the weirdest teams going into the playoffs because you need continuity. And there's too many starters that haven't played together. And, the playoffs is a different animal from the regular season. But again, we'll see what the future holds. But you best believe, if they fail to get to the finals, you best believe I am keeping my eye on the Brooklyn Nets because something's got to give. I mean, rest, load management, it's whatever at this point. But the purpose of me also making this video, if you've come this far, is that as I was watching the game, I was reading an article about how COVID-19, the coronavirus pandemic, has changed the landscape of Major League Baseball in terms of having fans in the stands and how things are operating with concessions and going ticketless and how they're pushing technology. And right now it seems that MLB is copying off of different examples used by the Buccaneers and the Chiefs with the Super Bowl, and they're incorporating these advancements in technology onto the fans, creating another form of what? You know it, baby. New World Order. That's what it's all about. I, the people's sportscaster, the top 1%er, can say what the nationwide sports leader, Foxy's corporate shelves, they've sold their soul to the almighty dollar. And the white man, the white devil, is using the advancements in technology to push it towards ticketing, concessions, and parking, doing what? Gaining and gathering your information. As a matter of fact, let me just end it with this quote by David Carter, USC sports business professor who founded the Sports Business Group, cited the added layer of teams using this technology to get the data from me and you. And let's not forget the ignorant masses and the sheeple that bray and go along willingly to the ride, even though you're being placed in a basket going straight to hell. So according to David Carter, direct quote by him, this may then allow teams and venues to better target fans for additional purposes. Because this data is likely to be captured, analytics will be used to drive revenue, and sports fans, perhaps more so than any other consumer, is appearing to be more willing to trade information for access. And this provides the sports industry with a long-term opportunity well beyond COVID's time frame. The New World Order has already been upon us for some time, but MLB, white man, white devil, will make sure to use these new analytics and the coronavirus pandemic to push more technology and apps in our face, in front of our eyes, down our throats, in our pockets, in our wallets, to get what little bit of money that we're making. If anything, you heard it here first. Thank you very much for tuning in, sports fans nationwide. Until next time, Lex Anderson signing out.